John, I do not understand how you can say a team that is undefeated in the National Football League is not dominant.
Doug, it's
It
simple.
makes no sense.
Oh, Doug, you're not listening.
Okay,
to the
never mind.
argument.
Remember I said I was
Okay,
changing
change the subject. Change the subject.
Mr. Football, would you agree with
Hey.
this statement? The New York Jets are the most surprising team in the NFL this year.
Absolutely. They're sitting at
He agreed
5
with
and 4, and they currently hold the last playoff spot.
And and everybody thought they were going to have like 2 wins
Yep.
after what's his name went down.
Surprising? Surprising good or surprising bad, Doug? Once again, let's qualify this a little bit here. Surprising bad wouldn't the Giants, who could still make the playoffs after starting
I
0-6?
meant surprising good. I'm sorry
Oh,
I didn't
sorry.
clarify, Mr. Attorney.
Oh, okay. No, now he's
Here-
going to whining.
How about another team that you could throw in there? How about the Arizona Cardinals?
Ugh.
Yeah, baby.
5 and 4.
Surprisingly mediocre.
Hey, we played Jacksonville this week.
Yeah, you could lose.
Yep.
I know we could.
Yeah, I know, exactly. All right, Mr. Football, I think it's time for our picks.
All right.
All right.
We got to review the standings.
No, we don't. We can
Mr.
skip that part.
Football, you
I'd
had
be
a
fine with that.
you had a phenomenal week. Did you know you went 5-0?
I did. I've gone 5 and 0 2 of the past 3 weeks.
That's how
But,
you
but
caught
who's
up.
counting, right?
That's
Yep.
that's exactly how you caught up to me.
All right,
isn't
here
it?
are the standings currently. In first place, because we go by alphabetical. No, he's in first
He's
place.
in first
all
place
the
by
way.
himself, yeah.
That's right. Mr. Football with 33 correct and 17
We
wrong.
pay him for his expertise.
Tim Haddock and John Rogers are tied for second, both with a record of 32 correct picks and 18 wrong.
That's
And
'cause Tim's never here to make
and,
his
I-
picks.
and bringing up the rear is Doug with 27 correct and 23 wrong.
And how many did the monkey in the dartboard get?
But I'm still over 500. You got to admit that.
Yeah, well, we have to admit that because it's
Yeah.
mathematically correct.
All right, here we go. This is this week's picks. I'm just getting Tim Haddocks, who can't be with us today. So
All right,
You
game
got
of the
it.
week this week is San Francisco at New Orleans.
That's
Right.
going to be a
we
fun
got
game
that.
to watch.
So we're going to try to go in time order here, the way the games are on.
All right.
So the
wanted to
first
say
one,
that.
the first one is Arizona at Jacksonville. Mr. Football, you got to go first.
I'm going to take Jacksonville.
What?
Oh, my gosh.
I want to see how this team responds to momentum.
All right. Tim Haddock is picking the Cardinals. Doug's picking the Cardinals.
I'm picking the Cardinals, I think.
John's picking the Cardinals. Okay, that's a swing one. We'll see
That's
what happens.
huge.
Mr. Football could fall out of first place on this baby.
That's huge.
All right, the next game is Washington at Philadelphia. If some of the listeners out there are wondering why we do Arizona and Washington, Arizona's my team, Washington's John's team, and it's our show, so that's why we're doing it.
And if you want to pick your game, then get your own show.
Yeah. Yeah.
Call KHTS at 661-298-5487. You can pick your own game.
All right, our next game is Washington at Philadelphia. Did I already say that?
You did say that.
Okay.
You did.
What do you got, Mr. Football?
Oh, let me
I got-
let me make Mr. Football's pick for him.
Do it. Go for it. You know.
I know, Philadelphia, right?
There you go.
Yeah, I knew that.
All right, Doug's going with Philadelphia. John?
Can we do Tim's now? It hurts me to say it. It hurts.
You're going against your team?
Oh, Doug, how many times have you gone against your team?
Lots.
And you've been wrong, too.
Yeah, yeah.
Say it loud, John.
We're not doing this for money. I'm picking the Redskins.
Whoa.
Okay, there you go.
Wow.
Is that a
And
shocker?
We were
Tim
doing this-
Haddock is picking the Redskins also.
If we were doing this for money, I might pick
All
Philadelphia.
right, we're running out of time, boys.
All right.
All right, here we go. San Francisco at New Orleans. That, my friends, is a good game. Mr. Football.
I bet the home team, New Orleans.
John?
Yeah, New Orleans. Exactly for the same reason.
Tim Haddock went with New Orleans, and I have to go with New Orleans. I don't see San Francisco going in New Orleans and winning. That is almost an impossible place to lose.
That defense is awesome in
Yeah.
New Orleans.
All right, this is another good one. We're going to try to prove John wrong on his theory that Kansas City is not dominant. Kansas City at Denver. It's Sunday Night Football. What do you got, Mr. Football?
I'm sticking with Kansas City.
He's riding the bus.
Whoa. John?
I would feel a lot more confident if I knew a little bit more about Peyton Manning's ankles,
Well, they're not saying.
but Denver.
Tim Haddock went with Denver. Doug is going with Chihuahua.
They're not
Make-
playing. Aichiwawa is not playing. Okay, that's not a choice.
Make your move, Doug. Make your move.
Pick Stanford.
I'm going Kansas City.
Pick Stanford. Take Stanford.
I like it, Doug.
Take Stanford, Doug.
All right, and we finally got a decent Monday Night Football game, Mr. Football. Finally,
Really?
after all, although that one last week was pretty bad. Hey, did you happen
Yeah.
to see that game last night? I turned it off. I thought Tennessee was going to dominate.
That was
and I
pretty good
get up
game.
this morning and Indy won.
Yeah.
Anyway, I died.
All right.
All I know is Chris Johnson might have saved my fantasy team.
Yeah, thank you. Rub that
All
one
right,
in.
here we go.
Thank you.
New England at Carolina. Monday Night Football, Mr. Football.
I'm sticking with New England. They're my Super Bowl champion. I'm not going to bail now.
Even though Carolina's favored. Are you surprised
Absolutely.
Carolina's favored?
I am not. That defense ranks top 5 in both rushing yards allowed and passing yards allowed.
John.
I'm going to go. Yeah, I hate saying Carolina. I got to go New England.
Yes.
I hate it. I hate it.
And Tim Haddock went with Carolina. And I'm going to go with Tim.
Yeah,
I'm going Carolina also.
Put an asterisk by that one for me, would you?
I can't put an asterisk. What is that going to do?
An asterisk?
I want an asterisk. That one hurts.
Give you an asterisk.
That one hurts.
All right. Mr. Football, we got 30 seconds. Any closing thoughts?
I'm just excited to see who wins on Sunday night, Kansas City or Denver.
Yeah, that should be. Like I said, I don't think Kansas City is getting the credit. I don't like their whole minuscule passing game. I think they've got to throw down the field a little bit more. Denver's a good team to do that against.
You don't happen to know the weather, do you, Mr. Football, for Denver on Sunday? The forecast?
I do not.
Yeah, because
It's
that can
mile high,
make
so-
it. Yeah, who knows? It could have a snowstorm, and that could change everything.
Yeah, actually.
You know what? I'm going to go ahead and say watch out for Dwayne Bowe to have a big game.
Who's
Uh-oh.
that?
So I should put him
Exactly.
in. I should
No
start him.
no fantasy talk, Mr.
I should
Football.
start him. Is that what you're saying, Mr. Football?
I think you can.
We could talk fantasy sometime. But anyway, all right, Mr. Football, thanks again.
Talk to you next week.
We'll talk to you next
All right.
week. You're
Thanks,
listening.
guys.
You're listening to the Gazette Radio Hour with Doug and John on AM 1220 KHTS. We'll be back with Coach Rich. Oh, Kyle Jellyman's
yeah.
coming. Uh-oh.
The
You don't
high
want to miss
school
that one.
playoff
High school
expert.
football playoff expert. We'll be right back.